The Indian Air Force was recently told to study the proposed twin-engine deck-based fighter project that was cleared for the Indian Navy, and new reports indicate that the top management of the Indian Air Force is not interested in the program to develop the ORCA fighter jet, and wants to focus on the medium-weight fighter and the AMCA program. The Indian Air Force sees the AMCA Mark I as an advanced and better option in 2030, as both the twin-engine deck-based fighter and AMCA Mark I are expected to enter initial production in 2030. Instead of the ORCA fighter jet, the Indian Air Force might place an order for 6 more squadrons of Block-2 version of medium-weight fighter upgraded with the avionics of AMCA, while the AMCA Mark II will enter production in 2035. The Ministry of External Affairs has said that the Russian President Vladimir Putin will visit India in October 2020, and several high-level exchanges between India and Russia are set to take place, including the annual India-Russia Bilateral Summit 2020. The Indian government had recently cleared the reciprocal exchange of logistics agreement with Russia, and both countries are expected to sign the logistics sharing agreement during this summit. The formal contract for the local production of 6.5 lakh AK203 rifles will also be signed during this visit, so that the Indo-Russian Rifles Private Limited can start production at a rate of 70,000 rifles per year by early 2021, and the total requirement is likely to increase to 7.5 lakh rifles, after the requirements of other forces are added to the order. During the 5-day annual suppliers conference, Lockheed Martin has shared information about new partnership opportunities with Indian companies in areas like space and aeronautics, rotary and mission systems, missiles and fire control systems. Officials also said that there is an offset requirement under the contract for 24 MH-60 helicopters for the Indian Navy, and Lockheed Martin will put more indirect work in India, and its rotary and mission systems team will work with capable Indian companies over the next 7 years, and will integrate them into the global supply chain network that will help in the growth of India's defense manufacturing ecosystem, and will also strengthen India's strategic security and industrial capabilities. The initial spectrum of choices for MMRCA fighter jets included less expensive short-range single-engine tactical fighters, but the competition was later rebooted by the Indian Air Force to include twin-engine fighter jets, as the indigenous 83 Tejas Mark IA and medium-weight fighter will fill the single-engine requirement, which means that only the twin-engine fighters are left to consider. A follow-on order for 36 Rafale fighter jets to increase the existing 36 Rafale fleet looks more economical than purchasing an entirely new type of fighter jet. However, if the Rafale-M is also chosen to fulfill the requirement for 57 carrier-borne fighters of the Indian Navy, then the local production route seems more attractive as compared to direct purchase of 93 fighter jets. In the newly released Draft Defense Production and Export Promotion Policy 2020, the Defense Ministry has marked out a target for defense public sector units and the ordnance factories to achieve 25% of their revenues from exports within the next 5 years. The targets would be difficult to meet, especially for the Ordnance Factory Board, that depends on the Indian Armed Forces as their only customer, and might need a proactive role for the Indian missions with aggressive marketing campaigns in foreign countries. The government is also looking to position some public sector units as export promotion agencies for specific nations, and their earnings will be directly linked to the business generated and their performance. Meanwhile, Larsen & Toubro have asked for a level playing field, without which the private sector cannot fulfill the aim of self-reliance and exports of the new Defense Production and Export Promotion Policy. The Indian security agencies have said that there is a requirement of 6 dedicated military satellites equipped with very high-resolution cameras and sensors for keeping a close watch on every movement of Chinese military along the LAC, and this capability and assets would also help the country to reduce dependence on foreign countries.